granniopteryx, granniopteryx. She knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello, I am having some trouble keeping my iPhone connected to my computer, so I might have to restart recording this. So if it's a bit disconnected, I do apologise. But I want to talk about Granniopteryx's sunglasses. I'm sure that many of you are familiar with Leonard Read's pencil, made famous in Milton Friedman's lectures, in which he talks about international cooperation that comes together to create a pencil. The wood from one place, the copper from another place, the graphite from yet another place, the rubber in the eraser from another place, and the factory that puts them all together in yet another place. And he uses that as an example of how our global world can get together for good to produce something as simple and useful as a pencil. And I'm going to be using a similar way of talking about honesty and social cooperation using Granniopteryx's sunglasses. Okay, well, please like this video, please share it, please subscribe to my channel. If you're on YouTube, check you still are subscribed, and if you want to contribute financially to my channel, well, that's lovely. You'll find all the means whereby you can do that in the description. Oh well, so far so good. Let's get on talking about Granniopteryx's sunglasses. So, as you can see, I'm on a short break with my husband. It's his birthday, and that's the sky of over Windermere behind me. Now, yesterday we arrived early, and I went out for a walk along one side of the lake from a place called Bowness. You'll be familiar with that if you know anything about Beatrix Potter, because a lot of her illustrations in her stories feature the Lake District countryside, I think probably from around here. Okay, I went out to take the dog for a walk because we'd come with the dog. And while I was out along the footpath, many times completely alone and other times being passed by groups of walkers, I thought, how many places in the world can a lone woman like me and a dog just go walking along a footpath and not be molested? Not many. And in this country, we're losing that as well. And this is what I'm talking about, the loss of some really basic ideas of civilization that we have here that just don't exist in the rest of the world. Well, what happened was yesterday afternoon, my husband, myself, and the dog, we all got on a boat and took the yellow tour around Windermere, which was 1.5 hours all the way round the lake. Very scenic.
So fond of Windermere and the island was John Irwin, and he renamed the island Bella Island after his wife. Over the years, this has become Bella Island.
getting quite a speed, aren't we? Oh, it is quite fast, much faster than I expected. Lovely weather, very nice. It was quite sunny when we started out, but as it was quite late in the afternoon by the time we got back, I took my sunglasses off. So, oh, they go over these glasses. That's nice. So I had my sunglasses on, and then I took them off, and I put them in a buttonhole in the top of my jacket. And then it warmed up a bit, and I took my jacket off, completely forgetting the sunglasses were there. And I only realised that the sunglasses had been dropped somewhere on the boat when we got back to the hotel in the evening. In the morning, we went out for a walk again with the dog and passed the kiosk where we'd bought the tickets for the tour of the previous day. And I told the lady there about my lost sunglasses. I described them. They are actually quite expensive. They're police here. Where is it? Police sunglasses. So they're really not cheap. I've had them a long time. You know, you feel you're very attached to these things, apart from the expense. Anyway, I gave her my name and my phone number and all the rest of it, and then we carried on our walk, and we were walking around the lake a couple of hours, and we came back, and just as about 2 minutes from the kiosk, I got a phone call from the lady telling me they'd had a look round the boat, they'd found my glasses, and I could pick them up from the kiosk anytime I wanted, which of course was only about 2 or 3 minutes later. And I have my glasses back. Now, how many countries in the world would that happen? Not many, I venture to suggest. Now, I'm not just talking here about anywhere in the Middle East. Certainly, there is nowhere in the Middle East where these glasses would have come back to me. South America, too. I remember in a trigonometry episode, Francis Foster was saying about being cheated. The general attitude is, if you've been cheated, or in this case, if you've lost your sunglasses, then it's your own damn fault and you deserve not to have them back. Whoever picks them up deserves them. And that would happen in South America and in anywhere, any country in the Middle East and Africa. I'm just being general here. But in England, you expect usually to get those glasses back. That is a very precious concept. And it's obviously it's a sort of Protestant Christian concept, isn't it? It's taking do unto others as you would have them do to you. Um, it's just taking it very, very seriously. And also the very Protestant ideas of conscience and what's right and all the rest of it. Well, we're going to lose that with too much immigration from countries where this sort of concept doesn't happen. Because, and here I'm talking about a lot of Muslim and sub-Saharan Africans in Britain. I'm not saying they're all horrible people. But I am saying that the concept of do unto others as you would have them do to you just doesn't exist in many of these countries. And so when we here in Britain think, okay, well, we've got these poor guys fetching up on our shores, or these poor people who've come from tribal areas of Pakistan, and we want to do to them as we would ask them to do to us, there's a general ignorance about the fact that they have no real concept of reciprocal reciprocal good. And I'm sure there's a sociological term for it, but there's no concept of that. So we are dishing out to a lot of people who have the same feeling that Francis Foster was talking about. That is, if you're dumb enough to give me all this stuff, then I'm going to take it. But I don't feel any obligation to return the compliment to you in any way, either by learning your language or your customs, or even by contributing to your society. And that's all encapsulated here. That's all encapsulated in these glasses. The fact that I dropped them on a boat yesterday and I got them back from the people who were running the boat this morning. All right, well, that's it. Granniopteryx's glasses. Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.